right before you go live. I mean, you want to get rid of all the gremlins before you go live. That's what Bear would want to do. We are live. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here. Actually, hold on just 1 second, people. Uno momento, because... There we go, Bear here. Hello, people. 29-year veteran of the woods, and today... well, we were going to do kind of a book, talking about some books here, but... it's been raining. Number one, it's been raining quite a bit here. Kind of off and on a little bit here lately, so Bear's not doing well with that. Uh-oh, what the heck is going on? Why? Oh, for crying out loud. What the heck? Let's see. Hold on 1 second, people. Oh, the iPad froze. Oh, for crying out loud. Of course, right as Bear's going to go online. Okay. All right. 1 second here, people. That's always how it happens. That's always how it happens here, people. Do the thing with the thing, and let's see if this sucker might work for you good people. All right. The thing. Gosh dang it. All right. 1 second here, people. Let's see if this will work. All right. If this doesn't work, it's not Bear's fault. Okay. Unplugged it. See if that works. No. Oh, for crying out loud, Bear. This is why you don't want to get off to a bad start. Hello, people, if you can still hear Bear. Hopefully this is working. Let's see. Let's check it. There we are. We are live, people. Chasing gremlins. That's what Bear's doing. Chasing gremlins for you good people. All right, where was he? Where was Bear here? We're going to do a show here with a couple books that we still got to get to the local library. Wanted to check them out, yada yada, all that sort of stuff. And like I said, it's been raining all day. Plus, people, if you look out there, it is black. It's dark. It winds. The sun disappears much quicker than it used to, people. I don't know what's going on. Bear blames global warming somehow, but gosh darn it, it is black as night out there. I was hoping to maybe do a little bit of a sunset. We've had some nice one here lately, and I was gonna do a little thing with the books and the sunset. No, that's it got totally crapped out there, people. Totally crapped out. So, anyways, there you go. There's Jawbreakers. Graveyard Shift. We've got news. We've got news on both of them. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Get back to all the good stuff. We'll get to the fake dining here in just a second. Want to say hello to P Money here. He says, thank goodness you are back. I tell you, people, it is not easy living in the woods, especially during hunting season. So thank you, everybody. I know kind of a last-minute thing there, but Bear appreciates everybody being, what am I trying to say here? Being responsive, I guess, for Bear's craziness that's going on here. So thank you, P-Money. Let's see. You are back because you were away Saturday. That's true. I had to spend time with the family. I'm so sorry, P-Money. That is Bear's fault. And, I don't know, 50 lashes with a wet noodle or something like that. So there we are. But we are back, people. We are back. In live, people. Yes, indeed. So let's go ahead, just jump straight on into it since we kind of broomed the whole all of this here. So let's do something a little bit different. In fact, it was kind of interesting. Let me get to it here. Find the thing with the thing. 1 second. It'd be helpful if you did this before the fact, Bear. Before the fact. CyberFrog, doing some good stuff here. $538,000, 332. With 4,030 backers. So good job, people. Good job out there. Doing some great work. Keeping Uncle E in the red for red extermination. So doing some good stuff. He's got a quick update. I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but he's got a... where did I put it? Franklin Blue Bear. It's a professional show. Fulfillment update from a couple days ago. He says, hey, Wrecked Planet backers, we're grinding those order out. Those of you who have received yours, like Bear, we'd love to hear your thoughts. It was great. It was great. Great stuff out there. Here's where we stand, and he goes on with the placed and fulfilled contributions. Basically just wanting you good people out there to go ahead and make sure that your mailing address is all correct. Unfortunately, happened with Bear on the original book. CyberFrog #1 ended up getting the ash can. It was an add-along. It was the only thing that you could have added to the campaign other than like other books or something like that, other covers. So Bear got the ash can, and man, oh man, that some sort of printing problem took, I don't know, 5-6 months. It was a while, people. It was people were enjoying their CyberFrog book. Bear was slowly seething out there from anger. Like, where the hell? Come on, little Timmy. Finally, it came. So Bear does have a little bit of sympathy out there for the cyber. What do they call this? The HoneyComb Box. So looks like people are starting to get it. What a great little setup there. It's just unfortunate that probably some of the most loyal or faithful backers for CyberFrog, when they went and got the box, unfortunately they're getting theirs last. So a number of people, Bear talked to a couple of people down there in Tampa, but a number of people a little angry, much like Bear was in the first book there. But people, just wait for your books. It'll get in. It'll get in there. So if you want to, Bear recommended this on the last one, although he's changed it up just a little bit here. But on the Red Extermination campaign, what Bear would say is if you go ahead and get the box, just go ahead and get an extra book along with it. Just get a single book, like on a separate order. Go ahead and order your box, and then maybe a day or two later or something like that, make another order just for another book. And that way, when it comes out, hopefully some of the books, the single books, you'll get yours first. Like Bear got his relatively quickly. So unfortunately for some of those people out there still waiting, but keep up the faith, people. Keep up the faith. It will come very quickly to you people. There you go. Can you people hear the... Let's see. Not really. I got the crickets out there. Didn't know if anybody heard that. Let's see. The HoneyComb Box, says P-Money, looked really cool. I just could only afford the comic itself. There you go. That's fine. It was totally fine. Bear only got... he got 2 books. That was it. He got one with a head sketch cover, or head sketch on the inside there, and just the 24-hour variant one. So the first day, and then another book. And they both, let's see, they came in, I think, within a couple days of each other. 3 or 4 days, something like that. So there you go, people. Hey, if you can't afford the box, that's fine. I think it's more of a collectible thing. I think people would be probably better off if they got the box and get an extra book and just keep the book for themselves and then sell the box. I think you'd probably make some money there. So there you are. That would be Bear's recommendation there for Uncle E. Uncle E and the good stuff there. Great to see Amy. Great to see Amy out there. I don't know what the heck. Oh gosh, we will talk about YouTube here in just a minute. But I don't know what the heck's going on with some of the comments. Amy made a comment. Probably, I don't know. Amy is like a week or two ago, I think, on one of Bear's videos, and like literally just got that like the other day. I was like, oh crap, I completely missed this. So. Bear is not trying to avoid anybody out there. Not trying to avoid. Sometimes it just comes in late. Like the comments that P-Money and Amy made on the what do you call those? The little posts that you have out there. Bear was saying, I can't make it on Saturday, and like didn't get the comments until like a couple days later. I was like, gosh dang it, YouTube. Anywho, that is Bear's problem and not yours, people. All right. Here we go. Here we are, people, moving briskly along. To Graham Nolan, people. He says shipping has begun. Oh, boy. Hello, Part 2 Franken fans. Julie has begun shipping the books today, and this was on the 22nd, so earlier this week. I've pulled all the comics to be signed yesterday for CGC, and I will get them next week and send them to Chuck for his signature. As always, thank you for your patience and support, people. That would be from Graham. And Julie as well. I thought it was kind of interesting. One of the shows, I forget if it was last night or maybe the night before, something like that. Shane Davis actually put a number of his books to be graded by CGC, and he actually got, I think, one or two. There was a number 10. I couldn't Bear couldn't believe it. I didn't think that they handed out number 10s, but apparently he has got one. I think Yanzi's going to take it though, so nobody's going to get their claws on it, unfortunately. So anyways, there you go. Looking forward to I need to still read part 1, so hopefully part 2 will come in and I'll just get read in one fell swoop. One fell swoop for Bear out here. Here we go. And finally, people, Bear couldn't believe it. This was kind of pretty funny for Bear. Your boy Zach. We were just doing this last week, people. If you didn't check out the Rambo watch-along, if you didn't check it out, don't worry, people, because YouTube is making sure that you don't see it. You bastards. Anyhow, it's kind of interesting. Bear was doing the Rambo watch-along, doing them to kind of promote and help out your boy Zach in his first kill campaign. So he's got an update here, people. A new kind of war. A domestic fulfillment begins. That was the other book. They had First Kill, and then they had another book by The Critical Drinker. So he says, hi, everyone. Hi, you boy. A new kind of war, written by The Critical Drinker, as Bear said, will begin domestic fulfillment. Not sure if that counts for P-Money or not. Fulfillment next week, people. The next week. So hopefully coming in here pretty shortly. First Kill is still being lettered, but I don't see the need for already printed copies of a new kind of war to sit in the inventory when I can utilize low-cost media mail, people. Excuse me. Shipping rates to send them out now. I can understand how that could be frustrating if you're an international backer, but it's not financially feasible to separate items internationally, especially when you're selling your books for $1. Yeah, that takes a little hit out there. Rest assured, though, that the print file for First Kill should be completed within a few weeks. We might be getting that before Christmas, people. Holy cow. Bear was actually going to try to do number 5 here right before Christmas. There you go. Anyways, he says, thanks. And that would be from Richard. So there you go, people. Critical Drinker coming out with the book here. Hopefully here pretty shortly. Pretty shortly indeed. We'll see. We'll see if Bear gets to do another Rambo watch-along here. How is the... Amy asks, how is the fam, P-Money? How is the fam? I guess I should say hello to Melissa out there as well. Let's see. He says, everybody's home safe from the trip. Very good. You know you're in Canada. By the way, I've got an excellent Canadian story for P-Money here shortly. You know you're living in Canada when you almost drive into a moose. Thankfully, I slammed on the brakes in time. Holy cow. Yeah, because they can, come through the windshield, can't they? Holy moly. P-Mike says, I need to get a North Dakota mailbox. Probably cheaper for me to cross the border once every few weeks to get my packages. Yeah, you can just get a P.O. box. You just find a P.O. box. One of the post office things there. I believe they allow Canadians to do that. Not sure about that, but it's possible. It is a possible. There we go. There we are. Holy cow. Mod extraordinaire. One of the great mods out there. If you've got a book that you need to get sold, make sure you let Eric Huffles know, because he's doing some great work out there on a number of the different channels out there. So do go check that out. I gotta say hello here. Hold on one second here. Let me do the thing with the thing. Where am I? Video capture. There we go. Hey there. Hey, Eric. How you doing? Hope everything is well out there. Was going to do some stuff with the books here, but look at that. It's dark. It's completely dark out here. The sun keeps going down sooner and sooner on Beer. Can't figure it out. Had had some great sunsets earlier, and all of a sudden it keeps going down earlier and earlier. Plus it's raining, so that doesn't help at all. Not at all, but anyways, there we go. Anyway, wanted to say hello. Wanted to say hello out there. So anyhow, get off this. Go back to the thing with the thing. There we are. There we go. So anyways, I want to say hello to Eric. Let's see. Melissa is trying to find her phone. Oh, goodness. But she says hello to everyone. Hello. Hopefully she's able to find that. Oh, she did find it. There we are. And she says hello. There we go. Great to see one of my two favorite Lester sisters. It's a hard choice between the two. Bear always says Melissa is Bear's favorite as long as Amy isn't listening. But if Amy's listening, I gotta say Amy is the favorite out there. As long as Melissa isn't listening. If they're both listening, oh boy, all bets are off, people. All bets are off. Okay, what the heck? Coastal flood warning. Ay. I don't want to have any of that. Got enough problems already here in the woods. It is hunting season, people, for crying out loud. Hunting season, people. Bear's got to be a little bit more cautious than usual. A little bit more cautious. All right, let's get... Bear has plenty of great, including a great Canadian story. We'll talk about the fake dining... One of Bear's... We usually do kind of a wrap-up at the end of the year of Bear's favorite stories. This is definitely going in the bin here. The fake dining. We'll get to that momentarily, people, momentarily. But first, I know everyone has been thrilled. Thrilled here that it's over. The strike is done. The strike is over with. It ends, people. It ends according to deadline here, officially at midnight. As guild leaders approve tentative deal with some big gains. Oh boy. I mean, they've been waiting for months here. Pencils down, but you know what? They've got all sorts of great ideas on how to ruin your favorite show or movie, or just your childhood in general. They've got all sorts of stuff that they're gonna just poop all over. Oh boy. Dominique Patterton and David Robb. Yes, indeed. Almost 5 months, after almost 5 months, the Writers Guild strike will be officially over. 12:01 a.m. on Wednesday. That would be today. Today, your negotiating committee, the WGAW board, pardon me, people, and WGAE council all voted unanimously to recommend the agreement. Yada, yada, yada. But unfortunately, people, it's got to go to both guilds' memberships for ratification for a vote. So we're not going to find out any more information until probably the 10th or 11th of October out there. So not quite, not quite over. Even if they come back, they get everything worked out and they come back today. Your favorite television show or film isn't going to come out anytime soon. Still got the actors striking, so that's not going to happen anytime soon, unfortunately, people. But moves tentatively along here, people. They got some stuff. They're able to have a bump up in pay just a little bit. Basically the same thing that the directors had. So they did a lot of this just to basically come in where the directors were. Yay, I guess. Some stuff with AI where they could, I forget where that was, but basically they could use AI to help them write their screenplay, but the AI couldn't be credited. So yay, on the win there, I suppose. And also they need to be guaranteed 20 weeks or the entire duration of the green-lit room. So a number of writers are going to be paid even though they might not be doing any work. So there you are, people. There is the possible, maybe, question mark agreement on the Writers Guild, people. Maybe you people have a interim show out there. I noticed they've got a lot of the Telemundo shows that they're bringing back to the network shows. They brought back, what is it? Yellowstone to CBS. It was on the Paramount thing where you had to pay, whatever, $5-10 a month to watch Yellowstone. Well, now it's free. You can watch it on CBS. So, we'll see. We'll see how long that takes there. See how long that takes. Oh no, hunting season, says Amy. It's true. It's scary out there, people. It says writer strike ends. Does the actor strike continue? Yes, it does. It does. Let's see. But now, Eric says, but now we have the United Auto Workers and the Las Vegas strikes both starting. I hadn't heard about the Las Vegas. I remember a while back it was like the, gosh, what did they call it? It was service employees. I think it was like this. Waiters, waitress. I don't want to demean anybody, but that sort of situation. I think some of those were striking a couple years back, so I don't know if that's the same or not. But there you go, there you go. And of course, the auto workers. They want more pay for less work that they do. I think they're cutting it back to like 30-hour work week or something like that. They want a 40% pay increase. And it's like, oh, okay, well, you really want Tesla to take over everything, don't you? I guess so. Let's see. I don't know. It might take a few months. Oh, yes. There you go, Amy. Let's see. P-Money to Bear. Hey, honey, Bear, that's mine. Go find your own hive. That's true. That's true. Let's see. I think the stories might be better if the actors just improved. Can't be worse than the Rings of Power or Ahsoka. However you pronounce that. I keep pronouncing it Ahsoka. That's the southern in beer here. The Ahsoka show. Ahsoka show. By the by, hold on. One second. Let me find this here. We've been kind of off and on talking. I do not recommend this movie. I'm not recommending the movie or anything like that. But there's a movie coming out, I think in this week or maybe the next week, something like that. It's called The Creator. Came from Garth Edwards. You might know him from, I believe it was Godzilla. He also did most of the Rogue One until he got fired and was replaced and all this other stuff. A couple other indie movies out there as well, Garth Edwards. So he's coming out with an interesting movie, and I'm going to leave it here in the chat here for you good people. I'll have to remember to put it into the description, but we've been talking here a little bit about how to do movies but make it for less money. Make it for less than, $250 or $300 million. So he came out with a great idea. It's essentially AI, robots, fighting a war with humans, yada, yada, yada. Of course, you have the little girl that's the key to everything and yada, all the woke stuff there. But very, very interesting. If you want to check out that video, it's a kind of a behind the scenes. The gentleman in the video there talks a little bit about it. But basically, the very interesting thing about what they did is instead of... They got all their shots in. They basically shot it practically instead of the green screens. So they shot it practically on location at different like Thailand and India and stuff like that. Whole bunch of different locations. They shot everything. They got all the actors and all the everything that they needed to do to put everything in there. They got the everything taken care of, everything edited down to about a 4-hour cut, kind of a rough cut. Then they cut it down even further to the actual 2-hour cut that they were going to put into the theaters, and then they gave it to the CG artist out there, the computer graphics artist. So the computer graphics actually went in afterwards, but they already had all their shots that they were going to do in the movie. There were no reshoots. There were no, oh gosh, we need to do something else. So the computer graphics people were actually able to concentrate on their work, be able to get everything done. So they put in like different robots, or they were shooting lasers or something like that. So all that stuff was put in there. So he was talking about where they filmed on a beach. They weren't able to clear the beach or anything like that. They had a very, very small crew, 10 people, maybe 15 at the most. They were shooting on like a $5,000 camera that you can pick up at Best Buy. Sony, I forget the Sony brand, but the Sony one there. Anyways, they were on the beach, 5 or 10 people, just, and then the actors as well, kind of a battle scene or something like that. And he says, if you look at the very back, if you look in the very distance, there's like a bar, And they like didn't clear anybody off the beach or anything like that. So you can see people walking very far in the distance on the bar, and you can see the bar patrons in the very distance and whatnot. Very, very interesting. I thought it was pretty interesting how they made the movie. It was a $300 million movie that they ended up making for $80 or $90 million. Something crazy, crazy cheap out there. So if you get a chance, go check out that video. I'm not recommending the movie. Just how they did it was very, very cool. Very interesting there. Very interesting. Let's see. If they have the hourly wage of the factory workers, says AB, they could double their employees and everyone could work fewer hours. I think Otto worked maybe about 200 an hour. That's true. That's true. I doubt they'll do that, though. Doubt they'll do that. Of course, whatever the people in the union or... By the way, let me just, as a great example, as a great segue here. So the WGA, the writers union, yada, 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 rah, 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 we did it for the workers. We did it for the writers. We're the best. So the writers, if you're part of the Writers Guild out there, you have to contribute. I forget what it is, 5%, 10%, whatever the dues are. You have to make your contribution. You might not even be working, and you still gotta maybe pay your due. I forget exactly how the Writers Guild actually works out there. From the New York Post, let's see what they're spending all that money on. Striking WGA union spent big on a sushi. Sushi. 5-star hotels and cash for Democrats. How dare you? While begging public to give money for the writers out there. So there they are, ruining dreams out there, yay. The union representing striking Hollywood writers spent lavishly on meals, traveled to European cities, and donations to Democrats, while begging the public to contribute to a fund to help struggling writers. Oh, by the way, Isabel Vincent out here at the New York Post. It splurged $25,000 on a sushi restaurant, which offers gold flaked roll. Actually, I've got that. Hold on 1 second. Where is that? There we go. Look at that boat. Look at that boat right there. That looks delicious. Let's see. $5,800 on executives' 5-star Paris hotel. $66,000 on photographs, and paid its top executive more than $1 million in salary. The Writers Guild of America West also spent more on lobbying and political contributions, mostly to progressive Democrats, including old Lumpy himself, Senator John Fetterman, and Representative Adam Schiff. Shifty Schiff, really? That it did on welfare loans to some of its striking 25,000 members in its public filings. Between 2021 and 2023, it provided $107,000 to Democratic campaigns and committees. Its spending was revealed amid speculations of an imminent deal to end the strike. They have, possibly, maybe. With union negotiators and bosses from broadcasters, streamers, and studios, including Disney, Netflix, and Warner Brothers, meeting on Tuesday, which they did. So there you go. There is beautiful boat of sushi. That's the restaurant right there. Kind of a nice little place. You would figure that they might want to put some tables on that beautiful little interior garden there, but hey, for $25,000, I mean, it's I don't know if bears ever ate $25,000 worth of sushi. Holy cow. Man, oh man. So, anyways, they're supposed to be, when they go on strike, they're supposed to be helping out the guild members by paying, the guild members pay the guild. So when the guild goes on strike, the guild actually is supposed to be paying some of the members because they're not working. They're part of the union. They says, okay, we're on strike. So they got to get paid somehow. They got to, get food and gas and all that sort of stuff. So they ended up spending more on lobbying than they did, and sushi, than they did helping out their own members there. So there you are. That is a lot of sushimi, says Melissa. That's true. That is, yeah. We'll go back. Let me go back to it. to it here. Here we are. That is a lot. Quite a lot. There you are. They better be good sushi for 25. No, you missed a 0 there. Oh, no, you got it. Okay, my bad. Yeah, $25,000. That is a lot of sushi. But if your members are having a hard time keeping body and soul together, maybe don't eat gold-plated sushi, says Amy. Yeah. Or just, help out your members and don't go to the sushi restaurant at all, or just pay out of your own dang pocket if you're making $1 million a year. Crying out loud. Make little oars out of chopsticks. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Ride the boat in the pond. There you go. Ah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, you can be kind of sitting cross-legged and just have the boat go around the koi pond and just kind of pick it up after a while. Yeah, I can see that. I can. Let me go back to it. I can see that. There you go. The boat, and then the little pond there. Yeah, and then you can kind of sit around there. Yeah. Hey, if you're spending that much money on sushi, holy cow, you better be able to get into the koi pond there. Although, you gotta wonder, is the sushi coming from the koi? I'm not so sure about that. We'll see. Eric says, I'm not sure I've spent $25K on food cumulatively during my whole life. Anyways, there you go. There you are, people. There's the boat. They spent money. This is like they took photographs. They spent a whole bunch of money on photographs. It's like, why? Why would you do that? There's the hotel. They got like one of these WeWork type offices. They spent a slight $53,000. So there you go. There's your nice workspace. Workspace, I suppose. There's old Lumpy right there. A lump is in my head. Anyways, there you are, people. New York Post. Let me see. Did I give her credit? Isabel Vincent, people. Isabel Vincent. Well, people, I know you've been wondering. All this time, I mean, Bear hasn't talked about it that much. But I know. I can feel the tension in the air, people. It's finally happened. After 6 weeks, Blue Beetle finally surpasses its production budget. Movie has lost tens of millions of dollars. Aw, poor James Gunn. Angel Manuel Soto's Blue Beetle. By the way, John F. Trent, bounding into comics. Great stuff. Blue Beetle finally surpassed its estimated production budget after 6 weekends in theaters. The number reports the film grossed $1.8 million at the domestic box office in its 6th weekend to bring its domestic box office total to $69.8 million. It grossed another $53 million internationally for a global box office total of $122 million. And that's if you believe that it cost $120 million to make. Probably a little bit more. Variety saying 125, probably closer to 140 or something like that. So, yeah, again, I mean, a number of... I liked that they did that on the... What was the name of it again? The Creator, where they figured out how and what that they were going to shoot and then put in the, special effects afterwards. This is just... I mean, I look at this and I just like, okay, where is the focal point? Like, is it like the wing or his backpack there? Nothing is in focus. Literally nothing is compared to Bear's brilliance here in, where is it? There we go. Beautifully focused here. Beautifully. Even with a black background, for crying out loud. Pitch black. Crying out loud. Anyways, there you are. There is Blue Beetle making its money. Losing money. Losing quite a bit of money. Losing lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of money. Let's see. Does it say? No, it doesn't say. I thought it might say how much it lost there, but another quite ugly shot here. Look at this. What the heck is going on with this, man? Like, Again, like the Creator movie, a lot of the CGI stuff is filmed in green screen. So they actually went on location. So they didn't have to draw or, come up with CGI. All the backgrounds and all that sort of stuff. The closest that they came to that is the, I forget what they call it, the LucasArts thing that they started with The Mandalorian, and they've done a number of the other shows where it's LEDs. So instead of a green screen behind the actors, it's actually an LED. It's a giant LED. Think of it as a giant TV that puts up all the background stuff. So they actually have a little bit more there to work with. They're not just there in a green screen. They can kind of see what's going on behind them. They did a little bit of that, but yeah, yikes, yeah, ugly. Bear could literally do this. Bear can't draw but stick figures. So there you are. The day that Bear can draw would be the day you just need to give up. Just need to give up, people. Don't worry about it, though. Bear won't be able to draw anytime soon. 6 weeks, Blue Beetle finally makes a profit. Yay, says P Money. Yay. Eric says, I had forgotten that film even existed. Most people will. Most people will. It's supposedly the first character in the new DC, whatever they're calling it, DCU. It's the first character, but not the first film. So make that of it what you will. I don't know. I don't know, people. That looks like a game. It sure does. It sure does. All right, people. Well, I've dragged you on long enough. Bear knows why. Bear knows why you're here. And he's just going to go ahead and let you have it here. That's right, people. It is Crypto Talk. From the verdict out here, Eve Thomas, the rise and fall of NFTs. Once a fast-paced and dynamic market, the glory days of NFTs, I'm sorry, people, are over. Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment of silence and send a prayer out to the NFTs. Or as Beer calls it, getting a quick drink. Here we are. The NFT bubble has burst. I'm sorry, people. And plans to revolutionize digital ownership now seem a pipe dream at best. Once the Collins Dictionary Word of the Year in 2021, NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, uniquely identified and recorded on the blockchain. They cannot be copied or changed, marking them secure from theft or fraud. No, not at all. However, ownership can be transferred, allowing them to be sold and traded. NFTs may take the form of an image, meme, video, blog, or even a tweet, such as Jack Dorsey's first "Just setting up my Twitter," owned by, I'm not even going to go there. Can't even pronounce that. So there you are. Kind of gives a little bit of a background there, but just to show you how really bad it is. Pardon me here. Let's see. Verdict, Eve Thomas here. Just to show you how bad it is, from the good folks at the Market Insider. Remember when NFT sold for millions of dollars, people? Bear does. Pepperidge Farm remembers. 95% of the digital collectibles are now worthless. Worth less, people. Are NFTs dead? Yes. A recent study looking at the price of thousands of collections seems to suggest that the answer is yes. Wow, well, thank you. You finally caught up to Bear. A report by, I'm not even going to go there, found that 95% of non-fungible tokens are effectively worthless. Out of 73,257 NFT collections, 69,795 of them have a market cap of zero ether, based on data provided by NFT Scan and Coin Market Cap. By their estimates, almost 23 million people hold these worthless assets. I'm sorry if that's one of you. You should have listened to Bear 2 years ago. This daunting reality... I'm sorry, a little schadenfreude in here for Bear. The daunting reality should serve as a sobering check on the euphoria that has surrounded the NFT space, the researcher said. Amid stories of digital art pieces selling for millions and overnight success stories, it's easy to overlook the fact that the market is fraught with pitfalls and potential losses, and rug pulls, and just outright theft, all that sort of stuff. NFTs are digital representations of art or collectibles tied to a blockchain, typically Ethereum. And each one has a unique signature that cannot be duplicated. In 2021 and 2022, the NFT market saw a huge bull run, much like the tulip craze many years back. At one point leading to a $2.8 billion in monthly trading volume. During that time, popular collections like the Bored Apes and the CryptoPunks were selling for millions of dollars, and celebrities like Steph Curry and Snoop Dogg participated in the hype. Yeah, I'm still gonna go with Bear's comment on Snoop Dogg. Like, if you're a gangster rapper and you're almost about to go into AARP, I think just give it up already. You're not a gangster rapper anymore. I'm sorry. And I like Snoop. Used to like Snoop. The boom coincided with cryptocurrencies, but would you really take financial advice from Snoop Dogg? Come on, man. He killed a man, for crying out loud. Supposedly. The boom coincided with cryptocurrency's peak when Bitcoin was trading close to $70,000. On Wednesday, the price of the crypto hovered just about $27,000. Whoops-a-doodle. But as whatever their study shows, that's all coming crashing down. Currently, 79% of all NFT collections remain unsold, and the surplus of supply over demand has created a buyer's market that isn't doing anything to retrieve enthusiasm. Another moment of silence. Even filtering out the lower value, less significant projects, most collections have little value today. Out of the top 8,000, let's just call it 9,000 collections by market cap, 18% are worthless, and 41% are priced at $5 to $10. Oh God, your gas fee is going to be more than that. Fewer than 1% have a price tag above $6,000. A far cry from the regular $1 million deals of 2 years ago. It becomes clear that a significant portion of the NFT market is characterized by what? Speculative and hopeful pricing strategies? No. And rug pulls as well. That are far removed from the actual trading history of their assets. No way. If only there could be a person or an animal out there that could have told people this. Additionally, where is Jeff Potts, by the way? Where is our friend Jeff Potts at? This is his story. His story. Additionally, this apparent disconnect between listed prices and actual sales could suggest that many sellers are waiting for another massive surge in NFT interest akin to the boom witnessed in 2021, which may not ever occur again. Might not ever. Actually, well, no, they actually had two tulip booms there back in the 16 or 1500s. They had the first cycle. They had the first tulip cycle, and then it kind of went down. And then people was like, a FOMO, and then they started buying tulips again, and then it went sky high, and then it crashed once again. So it might come back up, but yeah, it's completely 95% worthless, people. Didn't say I told you so, people. Didn't say I told you so. Poor Mike Miller. That's true. No, actually, I kind of feel bad for the people that Mike roped in. Your Gary Shipmans. I remember Elliot was working. Elliot Fernandez. I was talking with Elliot about that down in Tampa. He was on a NFT project and it didn't pay out. So, he was working on this project and never paid. So he did all the little NFT things and okay, you could have been working on other projects, Doomkicker or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I feel more bad like Gary Shipman that got caught with all the NFT crypto scam people that kept like messing up his YouTube channel and all that stuff. Terrible. Not really for Mike. I mean, I know he's got 25 kids to feed, but no, just listen to the bear, people, for crying out loud. Crying out loud. Eric says, people finally realized NFTs are a scam and the market for them crashed. I know, Eric. Bear's been banging this drum for quite a while. Paul Joseph Washington voice. Imagine my shock. I can't do him justice, but there you go. Just imagine that. Let's see. Do we need to start a buy a Smiller cam? We might, Eric. That might be something to think about there. That might be. We like Mike around here. I wish that they would settle their differences and Mike would just, quit being a arrogant artist out there and just realize, hey, we're all in the same boat here together. Let's make sure that we're not trying to, do any stupid stuff out there. But yeah, no, classic Mike the kumquats. Darn it all, I was about to use my life savings on NFTs tomorrow. Well, P-Money, they're cheap. Hell, most of them are free. Hell, most of them are worthless. So there you go. $5 to $10 is not considered worthless by them. I would say it would be, Amy, because your gas fees are probably that, if not considerably more. I forget what gas fees were going lately, but gosh, there's a great, I don't have it right in front of me, but there was a great website that if you want to go check all this stuff out, Web 3.0 is going great is the name of the website. And they had one where, let's see, a guy was transferring, it was like a couple $100, I forget if it was in Bitcoin or Ethereum. And he was charged like thousands of dollars in gas fees. I mean, like 1,000% of what he was trying to transfer. So yeah, the $5 or $10 probably wouldn't be worth it just to transfer it unless you did it like, I'm not sure exactly how they do that, but maybe if you transferred like a USB stick or something, maybe you can get away with it, but not really up to date on all that sort of stuff. Not really sure. Let's see. Well, if they are components in fun games, maybe they still have some value in that. I just saw Eric's. For one kumquat a day, you can feed a Smiller. and his 20 crisis actors there. Let's not forget all the crisis actors behind the scene. Listen, again, Bear will say this again about the NFTs. If you do have an actual legitimate piece of original art that is physical, and you want to make sure that it's not like, like if you have a Picasso or something like that out there, and there's a lot of stuff where people are selling fake paintings and stuff like that. If you wanted to make sure that your Picasso is the actual Picasso and you got an NFT with it, whenever you're selling the painting that transfers to somebody else there, yeah, like an insurance policy or something. Yeah, no, that's a good idea that makes sure that, nobody's cheating or anything like that. But the stupid funky monkey, or what are they called? The bored apes here, where it's just like, okay, here's an ape face with a different colored background, or here's an ape face with lasers coming out of his eyes or something like that. It's like, what's the value and there's nothing there. It's just a different layer on the same little monkey face that you got going on. So yeah, if it's tied to other things, yeah, Bear would say, you wouldn't want to spend millions of dollars on it, but hey, a nice little insurance fee. But just the actual NFT, it's a digital JPEG. You can go to this, like, I don't know if it'll show up on here or not. Will it show up? Nah, no, it doesn't. But you can do the right-click save as, and basically, boom, there you go. You got a free NFT. Didn't have to pay a dime for it. And, by the way, we had the story, gosh, a year ago or so. The NFT is linked to usually to a server somewhere. So if that link is broken, there goes your NFT. you know? So you don't actually have it on the blockchain. It's actually a pointer, so, you know, kind of like a web page address. It just says, okay, go here to this web page. You know, that's it. You don't even have the web page. So there you are. Amy says, oh, that's interesting. Use to verify physical art. Yeah, I think that's the best use case for NFTs. The best one. Unless you do, like, I don't know, international shipping, and you want to make sure that, like, for example, they have a big problem with counterfeit pills, counterfeit medication. So you want to make sure, okay, the factory in Shanghai has made the pills and it crosses the Pacific and goes to America. You want to make ssure that, you know, nobody in the ports has shifted the you know, to placebo or something like that, and it's still there, and you can scan it. And, oh, okay, yeah, it's all part of that. Yeah, that's about it. Some of the game stuff looked interesting, but it was just basically you were saving an avatar on the blockchain. So when you come back to the game, it loads up all your stuff. It's like, I mean, they've been doing that for years without NFTs. You know, whatever. Whatever. So the art doesn't exist on the blockchain, just the address. Correct. For the most part. Sometimes there is NFTs actually on the blockchain, but for a majority of them, 95%, let's just say, no, they're just pointers. They're just pointers to another, you know, to a server somewhere. So if the server ever gets unplugged, there goes your NFTs. There goes your pointer. You know, it just doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. First NFTs, now counterfeit medication. No, just a way to, you know, blockchain is basically a encrypted, verified back end of a database. That's essentially all it is. It's just an encrypted database that can be shared, supposedly decentralized, supposedly. So there you go. That's our crypto news of the day, people. Crypto news of the day. All right, grab something to drink. Grab something to drink because Bear's got a story for you good people. The amount of gas it would take to move a JPEG would be massive compared to a web address. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's probably the reason why. Probably, unless, you know, maybe if somebody is putting it on like a USB stick or a hard drive or something, maybe, but that kind of defeats the purpose of having it on the internet. So, whatever. All right, people, one of Bear's, I've been waiting the entire time here. One of Bear's favorite, this has got to be one of Bear's favorite news stories of the year. A heartwarming story. I probably should have shaved this for the last for being a heartwarming story, but that's right. From the good folks out here at the New York Post, Hannah Fishberg? We'll go with Fishberg. Oh, man, people. How New York City's fine dining elite got pranked by Gen Zers' fake steakhouse. Complete with milk servers, celebs, and a wedding proposal, people. Wedding proposal. This Manhattan restaurant is a tough reservation to book because it doesn't exist. The fooded gentry, pardon me, the fooded gentry who gather for their diner at Mayor Hand's Steakhouse this weekend, believe they'd at last gotten off the years-long waiting list for a highly exclusive 100-year-old chop house, which had finally had a available table at its Lower East Side location. In reality, what some 140 diners experienced this Saturday evening was an elaborate prank pulled off by a 21-year-old AI startup founder. What? No NFT, no crypto? They just moved on to the AI, I guess. And some of his 65 friends. The practical joke of a white tablecloth institution was born during the pandemic in 2021. When Mayor Hand's Jolly's 16 housemates decided to commemorate the bi-weekly it used to be every week, sir. Steak dinner he'd cook them by marking their Upper East Side home as a chop house on Google Maps. The mostly teenage roomies all left glowing reviews for the newfound institution, leading to intrigued strangers showing up at their door seeking steak. Mirhan then made a website for their solidly booked revolutionary steak experience, and by the end of 2022, had accrued a 2,600 person waiting list. Seeking to make the hoax a reality, he and a crew of co-conspirators recruited friends to compromise the volunteer staff, found a venue, got a one-day liquor license, that ain't easy, food handling permits, and plane tickets to New York, he lives in San Francisco, and a 212 number to invite select wait listers to his ethereal eatery. Interesting. Let's see if I got it here. Hold on. Let me see. Is this it? Oh, well, that's the steak dinner. There you go. For those who attended, the relatively subtle charade was the only in New York one to be remembered. For those who attended, the relatively subtle charade was the only in New York one to be remembered. That's a weird sentence there. I'm sorry, people. Set in an unmarked public bathhouse turned event space on East 11th Street, Mirhan Steakhouse was not immediately obvious as being a one-night only joke. Although over the course of the night, most guests appeared to notice something was off, people. Something was off. There is their dining. I mean, does this look like a fine restaurant? No, not at all. Not at all. Oh, this is great. I love this. I love this one. It's freaking JFK. The first clue for the more observant crowd lay off the. Actually, let me do this. Go back to the steak dinner. There we go. The first clue for the more observant of the crowd lay off the lobby. Hanging on a wall en route to the main dining area, a selection of framed photographs depicting Chef Mayhan posing with an array of celebrities he had ostensibly cooked for over the many, many, many years. Picture stars included Albert Einstein, Marilyn Monroe, a group of 1920s mobsters, Obama, and JFK. He says, I would recommend suspending your understanding of linear time, Mirhan advised when asked about the images. Further down the wall were a series of large format promotion posters from Mirhan Steakhouse over the decades, including one advertising bone marrow ice cream. Along the way, a looping black and white projection varyingly showed videos of a raw meat cooking off, being salted and in a skillet next to a large half-heated head of garlic. As violin covers of pop hits, and at one point the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song played, one of the ridiculously overstaffed venues armies, that's terrible writing, of barely legal servers showed the well-dressed patrons to their seats. Let me do this one here. We go with the guy at the milk. Let's see, showed to their seats, where the 15-inch laser-etched wood cut provided them with a comedic amount of text describing their upcoming, it's pretty cheap, only $114 a pre-fixed meal. There they are, showing a fine selection of milk that they're going to have. The bright, blissful days, the frigid, unforgiving nights, heat, snow, drought, storm, all earthly experiences felt in tandem. Is this not community? Reads one highbrow, a gibberish line from the giant blocks of text describing the Agrarian Synergies course, one of 5 themed the bovine cycle of life. As part of this meal concept, 2 suited waiters at one point paraded around a gallon of whole milk as if though it was a fine wine. The milk is intended to represent the bovine life cycle. My 21-year-old server Erica informed her as a sommeliner suppressed a smile and poured me a large glass of it, adding, we felt we would be remiss if not including the cow's byproducts. Another waiter later informed me that the milk came from the cow in Uganda named Philip. He says, yes, Philip, a common name for a female cow. Mirhan commented, hands perpetually clasped behind his back, playing a solemn chef as he ambled among tables in a black double-breasted jacket. At around 8 p.m., a large crowd could briefly be heard screaming for Drake at the front of the building, and at 8:30 the music stopped and never resumed as a disheveled man gave an extremely scripted sounded marriage proposal to a woman he had known for, quote, 5 or 6 years. Let's check it out. Where's the fake proposal here? Here we go. Did she say yes? Asked a blonde at the table next to us who seemed very much not in on the joke. Overall, as the 5 or so hours of Meehan's Steakhouse brief existence progressed, the general ambience remained typical of a NYC restaurant on a rainy Saturday. Guests checked their phones, checked out their neighbors, ate their food, and otherwise went through the normal motions of those enjoying a nice meal on the town, not realizing they were part of an intricate performance piece. Some improvements could be made, agreed two Upper East Side gourmands I spoke with on my way out, citing their experience eating Michelin-starred restaurants as their judgment credentials, and noting that they were disappointed. They've been on the wait list for years only to get reservations at this location, and not the one in their neighborhood. Poor people. The poor people. Let's see what they ate. There we go, the steak dinner. There it is. Outside in the drizzle, 2 guests were smoking and attempted to get 2 of the Steakhouse in-house videographers to explain what was happening. I went into the kitchen and there were like 50 people in there. I wanted to find someone who would confess, said retired Colonel David Mengellan, describing this writer worked for the New York Post, having already met purported reporters for the New York Times and This American Life that evening. It's BS, he says. I'm having a great time. Not everyone was amused, though. One couple threatened Meehan with legal action after finding out his restaurant is fake. Others, though, considered the farce to be a delight, a rare moment of absurdity and edible entertainment in a city that often takes itself and its food too seriously. It's New York, you can eat anywhere, said opera singer Scott Thomas, but for it to be this fun is priceless. Priceless, people. Priceless. There we are. One of my favorite stories. So, a fine steakhouse, and look, they're in the back, just like, just cooking them on, just cooking them on a couple skillets there in the back, no biggie. There we are. For $114. Right here in Beersfield. Right here in Beersfields. Eric says, a milk server. What the heck is a milk server? We came for the steak, stayed to beat up the 24-year-old prankster. There you go. Let's see. We can't see the article here. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, do you really want to read along? I was just showing some pictures there. Did they get good tips? Says P Money. I don't know. Did they get to eat? Apparently. Look, I mean, there's people there. Well, this is the back room. This is all his friends that are just in on the prank and in on the joke. So I thought that was pretty funny. There's your steaks right there. It's not quite a scam if they get to eat. That's true. There's the milk on the table. I don't think I missed anything. There's your milk server, Eric. There he is, right there. I love how he's in sneakers too. Black everything but white sneakers. There you go. Pretty funny. There is the menu, I suppose. They went all out. I mean, for a prank, they went pretty far with this. This is my favorite here, the serving of JFK. Don't worry about your linear concept of time. Not at all. Was there gold on the potatoes? I doubt it. I doubt it. Eric says he will never understand the appeal of eating gold. You can. That's the appeal. Is it's like lighting your cigar with the $100 bill. You could light your cigar with a lighter. You don't need a $100 bill, but it's the fact that you can that makes it all worth it. Doesn't taste any better. You wouldn't be like your normal people that'd be like, okay, I ate the gold, now I'm gonna make sure that I've got some magnets in my toilet there just to make sure that we can pull the gold out of the what out there. I don't know if it's magnetic or not, but yeah, you got to pull the gold out somehow there instead of flushing it down the toilet. If they had food, it's not fake. That's true. It wasn't. They got food. They did. Look at them. Look at them all. They're all eating. Look at them. They're all having a great time there. Excellent time. You paid for a steak. You got a steak. What are you complaining about? No. You were able to get into the restaurant that you've been on the waiting list for a year and a half or 2 years, and you get to tell everybody that you went to go to the exclusive restaurant that nobody else could get into because it's fake. That makes funny. Gold is not magnetic. Well, Bear learned something today. It's not the $25,000 sushi. It's a bargain. It is a bargain out here. All right, people. This is a question for the chat. Bear has a controversial / humorous Canadian story here. I don't want to get poor P Money in trouble here. But it is chef's kiss out there. So let's see. Put in 1 in the chat if you want Bear to do one more story. Oh, there went my light. If you want Bear to do one more story, while we wait on that, let me go back here. Let me go back to the. Oops, did the wrong thing. There we go. Look, my light went out, for crying out loud. For crying out loud. And it's completely black back there. Completely black. I was trying to get a sunset. Trying to do the sunset, but it just keeps setting too early for Bear. Amy says 1. Eric says 1. What does P Money say? That's what Bear wants to know. We will wait. We shall wait. Oh, it will get... But while we're waiting, the reason why Bear wants to do the story... Stupid YouTube. So let me get back to it here. So we did a Rambo watch-along just the other day. We're going to see, hopefully, the Critical Drinkers book here relatively shortly. But kind of promoting the comic, and checking out the movie. Want to check out... Not watch Rambo 4? Checked it out. Very bloody, very violent, but hey, it was a good action movie. So Bear was doing pretty well out here. Oh, P Money is waiting for it. Well, one second here. Let me see, where am I? Let's see. So let me just, Bear doesn't like talking about his channel and all this other stuff, but let me just show you what happened here. So it was doing really well. Bear's Rambo watch-alongs are probably some of the best, most watched, most viewed videos that he has out there. People just love the Rambo out there. Well, this is what happened. This is what happened to old Bear here. Climb, doing really well. And then Sunday morning at 8 o'clock, somebody hit a button and completely fell off. So you see where it just flatlines right there. All the metrics just completely flatlined. It was just going skyrocketing up, doing really great. I think I was up to 100 and something views an hour at one point. So doing really well. And then all of a sudden, crapped out. It was because one of the things, Bear got a copyright, not a strike, but a copyright claim. One of it was music for some reason. I don't know why. You couldn't hear it. The other one was a copyright claim on the credits that Bear was showing. So they claimed copyright on the credits that Bear showed. So anyways, got two things for that. So I don't know if it had to do with anything with that or what the deal was, but that's where Bear got a little angry, and he's going to do some different news stories here, but that's all right. We'll go back to it here, but anyways, that was what happened with old Bear here. So, all right, let's get to it. Our Canadian story here. Bear's done enough Canadian jokes. I've gotten used to it. Well, oh boy, this might get Bear banned, but let's go for it. Let's go for it anyways. What the hell? Why not? From the forward out here, and Lev Gorkin out here. Zelensky, that would be Ukrainian president, Jewish Ukrainian president. Zelensky out there. Which, by the way, once again, not my monkey, not my circus. Don't really care one way or the other. Blah, 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 blah. Bear's not waving a Ukrainian flag. Zelensky joins the Canadian Parliament's ovation to a 98-year-old who fought with the Nazis. Not the Nazis, with the Nazis. The man was part of a SS, I don't know how you pronounce that, an Wehrmacht unit, whose unit history has been whitewashed by veterans groups in the West. There he is right there, lovely. The Canadian Parliament gave a standing ovation Friday to a 98-year-old immigrant from Ukraine who fought in a Third Reich military formation accused of war crimes. What? No way. The elderly veteran. Actually, I've got it right here. Hold on. Let me find it here. Do the thing with the thing. Let's see. There he is right there. There he is. And I think I've got it here all queued up. Oh, no, there they are cheering for the guy. I thought I had it. Here we go. Here we are. Let's do the... Wait, no, that's not it. There we go. There we are. Let's see them clap along. Clap along to... please clap. Hashtag please clap. Please clap here. Unfortunately, this guy... this guy resigned like the next day. He's like, oh, I'm out of there. I don't know who the guy next to Zelensky is there. I thought Canada had a black prime minister, but I don't know who the other guy is there. But there you go. The elderly veteran Yaroslav Hunka was honored during a session in which President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine addressed lawmakers to thank them for their support since Russia invaded his country, saying Canada had always been on the bright side of history. The Speaker of the House of Commons, Anthony Rota, who compared Zelensky to Winston Churchill, then recognized a, quote, veteran from the Second World War who fought for Ukrainian independence against the Russians and continues to support the troops today, even at the age of 98. Oh, congratulations, sir. Oh, standing round of applause, sir. The assembly then rose to applaud the man in a khaki uniform standing on the balcony who saluted with one hand, according to the screenshot from Canadian television. There you are, people. The man identified as Hunka by the Associated Press, which published a photograph showing Zelensky smiling and raising a fist during the ovation. Oh, for crying out loud. The AP caption described Hunka as, quote, fought with the 1st Ukrainian Division in World War II before later immigrating to Canada. The 1st Ukrainian Division is another name for the 14th Waffen Grenadier Division of the SS. the military wing of the Bad German Party. The unit was also called the SS, I can't pronounce it, whatever. This is the same unit that is honored by controversial monuments in Canada, Australia, and the Forward recently exposed the suburbs of Philadelphia and Detroit. A Jewish Philadelphia and Detroit, really? Wow, that doesn't seem very smart. Jewish groups have called for their removal, as they should. After a Forward article in August that was followed by coverage in the Philadelphia Inquirer, local television stations, and other news outlets, the Ukrainian Catholic Archpatriarchy of Philadelphia temporarily covered the monument located in a cemetery in Alex Parks. Formed in 1933, the SS division was comprised of recruits from the Galicia region in western Ukraine. The unit was armed and trained by the Bad Germans and commanded by German officers. In 1944, the division was visited by SS head Heinrich Himmler, who spoke of the soldiers' willingness to slaughter the Poles. 3 months earlier, the Galicia subunits perpetrated what is known as the Junta Prementa massacre, burning 500 to 1,000 Polish villagers alive. Yay! During the Nuremberg trials, the International Military Tribunal declared the Waffen-SS to be a criminal organization responsible for mass atrocities, including the, quote, persecution and extermination of the Jews, brutality and killings in concentration camps, excesses in the administration of occupied territories, the administration of the slave labor program, hello, and the mistreatment and murder of prisoners. Yay! Standing ovation, sir. After the war, thousands of SS veterans were allowed to resettle in the West, around 2,000 of them in Canada. By then, the unit was universally known as the 1st Ukrainian Division. A blog by an association of veterans called Combatant News in Ukraine includes an autobiographical entry by a Yaroslav Hunka that says he volunteered to join the division in 1943 and several photographs of him during the war. The captions say the picture shows Hunka during the SS artillery training in Munich in December of 1943, and in Neumayer, Poland, the site of Himmler's visit. In the post to the blog dated 2011 and 2010, Hunka describes the 1941 to 1943 the happiest years of his life, and compares the veterans of his units who were scattered across the world to Jews. Canada has 2 monuments to the unit, one in Oakville, which is outside of Toronto, and the other in Edmonton. Canadian Jewish organizations have called for the removal. Well, just go ahead and have a peaceful protest and just pull them down. That happens here. It's unclear whether Zelensky knew that Hunka fought with the unit in 2021. In 2021, the Ukrainian president joined the government of Israel and Germany in denouncing a march honoring the SS in Kyiv. So there you are. Yay! Congratulations. Slava Ukraine. And I still have no idea who that third guy is. Like, where is their prime minister? Shouldn't he be there? For crying out loud. Anyways, that is that from that. All right, let's see. Oops, do the thing with, for crying out loud. Just get rid of it. Yeah, for crying out loud. There we are. There we are, people. So there you go. Forward, the Jewish independent non-profit, and Lev Gorkin out there. So, if you're, calling truckers and a bunch of other people Nazis, you really don't want to get into a whole parliament session where you're standing and clapping and, standing ovation for, a literal Nazi out there. Literally. There you are. Yeah, I'm sorry, P-Money. So sorry about that. Let's see. P-Money says, oh no, I suspected this was the story. P-Money, listen, it's chef's kiss. Chef's kiss out here. Our Canadian government, ladies and gentlemen. There you are. Eric says, I was about to ask if it was the Canadian government acting like, again. It was the Canadian government honoring a literal bad German. I was so close. So, potato, really. Potato. If it makes you feel any better, Amy says, you can watch Biden fall upstairs on repeat. Poor guy. That was Fidel Castro's son. Was it? Was it really? Was it? I probably should get it off of that picture right there. Let me go back. Let me go to the. Let me just go to the fake dining there. There we are. Get rid of that. All right. Let me see. Amy asked, P-Money, do you want to weigh in on this Canadian story? Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. That was before. Let's see. I'm scrolling through. 1 second, people. P-Money says, Black PM. It took me a minute to get it, Beer. There you go. Subtle, very subtle humor. It's you know, you gotta sometimes hit rewind sometimes just to make sure exactly what Beer is talking about there. There you are. There you go. Let's see. So did he defect from the bad Germans and move to Canada to fight against them? No. No, not at all. Not at all. No. P-Money says, no, Amy, that would make the story less embarrassing. He just came to Canada when the war was over. And they let him right on in. Hey, all right, come on, here you go. Did nobody in the room know about that? That is the question of the day there. That's the question of the day. Gosh, if I remember correctly, and correct Bear if he's wrong, P-Money. I remember... I think it was the Canadian Parliament. I think somebody showed up there one time and like shot up the place or like was trying to shoot up the place. Well, it's Canada. Maybe he had a hammer. I forget. So you'd figure that they would have pretty good security there and would know who's coming and going into the building just to make sure that nothing repeats like that. So you would have to assume that maybe they just said, oh, okay, let's just find a Ukrainian that fought against the Russians in World War II and just didn't look anything past that. And it's like, yeah, but Ukraine was occupied by the bad Germans at the time. So you don't want to, you would figure, but it's a slight oversight, perhaps. Slight oversight. Let's see. When they announced he had fought the Russians in World War II, they should have figured that out. I think you could see that in the video when the I don't know what they called that the head guy there. I forget the guy's name there when he was introducing everybody there. He took a pause for like 20 seconds and was like, crap. He probably saw his career going right before his eyes because he resigned the next day. Let's see. The Speaker of the House. There we go. That's who it was. Just heard the guy fought against the Russians in World War II and didn't think more info was needed. Probably. I mean, why subscribe malice when ignorance would be just a good enough excuse as well. So probably more of that, but you never know. Probably. I mean, you shouldn't call people racist and be photographed in blackface. You shouldn't be calling people Nazis and standing and supporting a literal SS member. Be bad look. It's a bad look out there. Let's see. There you go, P-Money. Yeah. 3-minute Google search. But that would have been like 3 whole minutes, she says. It's like all the really bad people in everyone's government have gotten really dumb at the same time. Let's go with that. They all got dumb at the same time. I think we can go. I think we can go with that. All right. Well, again, Bear wanted to end it on a happy note. And, hey, it's a fun story. Nobody got hurt. Well, except for way back when. But, nobody recently has gotten hurt. So it's sort of a a humorous sort of story. It's hard to you don't want to laugh with the bad Germans. You want to laugh at the bad Germans. So we'll go with that. We will go with that. Oh, P Money. He says the current joke. How do you know if a protest contains bad Germans? When Trudeau cheers them. There you go. There you are. Well, I tell you, people, was going to do the whole book stuff. I might do that the next time. Would have to do it early, because, look, I mean, it's completely dark out there. Completely black. There we go. Now you can see. Completely black. So, I don't know. I have to either start early or have to wait till they change the time on Bear. Either way, we'll figure it out. But there you go, people. There you are. I'm glad everybody was able to come and check out all of our good, fun, silly, goofy stuff that we got going on here. Looking forward, hopefully coming up this next week or two, checking out the Critical Drinkers book. If you haven't checked it out, please do go check out the previous live show. The live show that YouTube does not want you to see, apparently. The previous Rambo watch-along, if you want to check that out. Also, it is up on the archive channel, so I'm kind of doing a little bit of a test here to see what's going on with the different channel and if one will get blocked. They didn't block the music and the supposed music in the archive one, which was kind of weird. So I don't know, people. But there you go. Want to thank everybody out here, including Eric, Melissa, Amy as well, P Money, sticking with us through all the silly Canadian stories. Let's see, am I missing anybody else? Where was Grant? Missing Grant, and of course we're missing Jeff Potts for the good crypto story for today. There you go. But you know what, people? All this talk about $25,000 sushi. You know what, people? It's making Bear hungry, so he's gonna head back over here into the woods, into the black space beyond there, people. Yes, indeed. So until next time, people. Grrr. A grrr.